like 1,000,000 degrees in here. Okay. It's comfy. Woo! It's hot. All right. Let's do this. Hey you guys, this is Gabriela and it's happening. I'm doing it. It's the very first episode of my new YouTube series where I am going back to the beginning and I am telling stories, incredible stories, funny ones, weird ones, bizarre ones, kind of crazy ones, all about my life growing up in the music and entertainment industry as a young female artist. Wow, that's a mouthful. Let's get started. Okay, so I really wanted the first episode to be about the first rock single that I put out. When did I put it out? What year? No, I'm Googling it because I don't know what year my song came out. Please hold. 2014. 2014. That long ago. Wow. That's crazy. All right, well, my iPad says that Scream came out in 2014, which means that I was, how old? I was 16. So Scream was the first rock single that I had released. I was 16 years old. And it was written by Patrick Kennison. Patrick is an amazing guitarist, singer, songwriter, artist. He is in a band called Heaven Below. It's his band and his original music, and they are friggin' amazing. They were one of the first rock bands in LA that I had been introduced to. So I was like a fangirl for sure. And now Patrick is the lead guitarist for Lita Ford. Go Patrick! Patrick wrote Scream. The two of us recorded it, produced it together in his apartment in North Hollywood at the time, and it was a wild experience. Patrick, oh God, I have the most amazing, ridiculous memories recording with Patrick. It was definitely more laughing than working, than actually recording. Patrick has this incredible sense of humor. And then all of a sudden, like, he'll be joking around with you because Patrick doesn't take anything seriously in the best way, like, joking, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, hey, listen to this thing I wrote, and then he plays you this song that he wrote, and it's, like, the deepest shit. Like, he'll write this amazing song, but it's so deep and dark and real, and the lyrics, like, make you cry, and then he ends the song, and then he's, like, back to joking around, and you're like, what? So Patrick played me the demo. He recorded the demo, I believe, like quite a while before him and I had even started working together. We had been doing covers mostly, but he wanted to record some original material and I was like, let's do it. So we had recorded a few songs and some of you have probably heard them if you've been to a Gabby Ray show over the years. We recorded a song called Original Sin. When Daylight Dies, This Is Not the End. But those were Patrick's babies. He was so kind and amazing, and he's like, I want you to sing these when we do some live shows. And I had recorded them, but those were his songs. Scream was the first song that he had played me as a demo where he's like, we should really like release this as you, and we should do this together. Like, let's produce it and let's make it yours and let's do it. So we did, and recording Scream with Patrick will always be this time in my life where it's like I learned so much about being in the studio with a rock producer. And I'll always have some wild stories.
You take a mortal man and put him in control. watch him become a god.
Alright, we're done. Okay, when we put that song out, I was friggin' scared. And let me tell you why. You know, I was still fairly new to the rock scene that was here in LA. And not even just LA, I mean, everywhere. But I was nervous. I mean, I had done some stuff. I had done some festivals. At that point, I had already done, I believe, I had done my first Monsters of Rock cruise. And I had felt wildly widely. I don't know which word I'm trying to say. Let's skip that word. I felt very, very accepted by the rock and roll community, which I'm so grateful for. But I was still pretty new, and you know, here I am, I'm the 16-year-old girl, and there was definitely pressure when it was time to, you know, I had been doing covers up until that point. I had been known for doing my Rainbow in the Dark acoustic cover.
When there's lightning, you know it always brings me down. 'Cause it's free and I see that it's me who's lost and never found.
I was known for doing my acoustic version of Wasted Years.
So understand. Don't waste your time away searching for those wasted years. Raise up, make your stand, and realize you're living in the golden years.
So, you know, now here's the time where it's like, okay, let's put out something original, and I'm a little scared. I was a lot scared, and it felt, there was pressure. There was like, okay, it's now time to show them who you are as an artist, which at 16, do you really know? I mean, I had a sense, I knew that I wanted to take all of the inspiration that I had inside from all of the rock artists that I listened to growing up. I wanted all of them to be put into this one track and be like, this is who I am, this is who I was raised to listen to, because I wanted the next generation to hear what I grew up loving. So I was like, okay, here goes nothing. So we released Scream, and I very much did not expect it to kind of take off in the way that it did. We put it out, and my first, like, I said to Patrick, I said to my family, I was like, we're gonna put this out, and no one's gonna listen to my song. I was so sure, because I was like, everybody wants to hear what they love, which is, you know, the Dio and the Queensryche and Iron Maiden. Like, that's what I was known for by this fan group. I'm like, no one's gonna want to hear something new by me, this 16-year-old girl. They're gonna be like, what is this? What is this? But lo and behold, I remember the first week, it had reached over 20,000 views on YouTube. And, you know, at the time for me, that was like insanity. Like, I didn't expect 200 views, let alone 20,000 in its first week. And the praise online was so... it made me feel like I could do this. I wasn't a cover artist. I was capable of releasing my own music and being welcomed with open arms into this community. And I'm really grateful for that.
This is Todd Latore from Queensryche, and without further ado, introducing my very good friend Gabby Ray. She's a talented singer, songwriter Here is her new video, Scream.
Okay, so now fast forward to the first few festivals that I had done after Scream's release. I had been doing some of these festivals already prior, but I was doing them acoustically, and it was all covers at that point. I just, this was the first time now going out and doing festivals as a full rock show and with original material. We were doing Scream. And I remember the first couple times, like, we had done it, and, I would first do my Dios, and I would do my Queensryches, and then I'm like, okay, we're closing the show with Scream, my new original song, and I was like, I know what's gonna happen. The crowd's gonna be so excited because I just did these covers that they love, and then I'm gonna end with this original, and they're gonna be like, what was that song? I don't know that song. And they're gonna be like, boo! Thankfully, they were not. And I think a moment that really hit me was we had done M3, the M3 festival, which to this day is still one of my favorite festivals. I have so many amazing memories. That's for more episodes later down the line. But we were doing M3. We get to the song and I start singing it, and I hear something outside of what I'm hearing on stage, and I'm like, is that what I think it is? So I kind of like back the mic up a little bit so that I can't hear myself so hot. Yep, the crowd was singing my song. They knew the words, they were singing, and for me, that was like, that's something that every artist dreams of, and for it to happen so quickly, my first single as this 16-year-old, I was on, like, my mind was blown.
Give it up now, turn it up, baby. Let it go now, let's get crazy. I wanna feel you move your body. Never wanna come down. You don't have to be famous or be part of a scene. All you need right here and now is to sing with me. Are you gonna come to life? Are you gonna lose your mind? It doesn't matter, just as long as you scream tonight.
And I think at the end of the day, the video ended up becoming just Patrick and I, like, being ourselves. And, there's moments where it shows us in the studio when we were working on the song. It shows us just goofing around, which was pretty legitimate to our friendship at the time. He's like this big brother to me, and you can definitely see that in the video. We're just like goofing around and having a great time. There's also some live performance footage. So we really just kind of threw everything at the wall, and what we got at the end of the day was a really, really fun music video of a rock song done by a 16-year-old kid. And I don't think it could have been done any more perfect than that. I also wanted to show as much of my upbringing as I could in that video. So, like, there's, like, these moments where you'll see me, like, I've got my Queensryche necklace because obviously, like, represent, am I right? And then there's a scene where I'm in a fancy sports car, but I'm wearing a Keel shirt because shout out Ron Keel, obviously. Like, I just wanted to, like, show so much love to the music and the bands that I had grown up with, because that's, when we were recording the song, that was what was in my heart, that was in my brain. I was like, I want to really incorporate the music and the artists that shaped me into who I am and who I'm still, like, turning out to be. I remember when we were doing the Europe tour, we went on tour with Europe. That's for another episode, okay? Scream had already been out for quite a while, and I came off the bus. I think we were in, maybe we were in Orlando. I want to say Orlando. I was coming off the bus. I was heading into the venue to do sound check. So I come off the bus, and there is a line of people at my bus with Sharpies and photos and t-shirts, like, can you sign this? And there were Scream shirts, there were Scream posters, and I'm like, what is my life? What is my life? They love me. They really love me. All right. One of my favorite things about doing Scream Live is that right before the guitar solo, like I finished the second chorus, there's like this little moment right before heading into the guitar solo where I go, insert city name here, scream for me. So like we would be on tour with Europe and in every city be like, Orlando, scream for me. Houston, scream for me. And every night the crowd was like, yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt like a badass. I really did. Scream for me! Well, that's all, folks. Thanks for joining me for episode 1 of my new YouTube series. I promise next time it'll be a good one. I will see you guys next time. You don't have to be famous or be part of a scene.
All you need right here and now is to sing with me.
Are you gonna come to life?
Are you gonna lose your mind?
It doesn't matter just as long